Hey everyone, and welcome to day 15 of our 30-day yoga challenge. My name is Candice, and today's practice is a grounding flow. So you might want a bolster or pillow or rolled up blanket or something of similar shape. You might not need it, but it's always nice to have just in case you do. If you are able to do this practice outside on the ground, it is very beneficial for the body and the mind to ground on the earth. But if you're like me and you're in your house on a yoga mat, that's also perfectly fine as well. So we will meet in a comfortable seated position whenever you're ready. So just grounding in a comfortable seat. If you want to elevate the hips a bit, you can sit on a pillow or bolster or cushion or something just to keep the hips elevated off of the mat. I find that sometimes helps me have a tall spine with minimal effort from my back, because we will be seated for a little bit in the beginning. We're going to move through a guided breath practice that I really love to do when I need a bit of grounding. So getting comfortable in your seat. We're going to take the hands to the knees, palms facing down. Roll the shoulders up, down, and back. You can let the eyes close down. And as the eyes close down, you can begin to become sensitive to your surroundings. You might notice all of your other senses become heightened as the eyes close. You can notice various sounds around you, smells. Noticing any sounds you hear in the distance, inside or outside of the room or the space you're in. Notice your sense of touch now, bringing that awareness closer to the body. You might notice and feel the sensation of your clothing on your skin. Maybe if you're outside, feeling the wind on your skin, hair brushing the back of your neck or the forehead. Notice the sensation of your lips touching. Feeling the touch of the palms on the knees. Tune into this sense of touch as you can feel the ground underneath of you completely supporting you. Feeling your body weight completely and utterly supported by the earth underneath of you. Feeling that support. And bringing that awareness in farther now, can you notice sensations inside of the body, whether it's physical sensations in the muscles or the bones, or perhaps more energetic sensations, thoughts and feelings circulating the body. Noticing without the need to change or control. Noticing without the labels, good or bad, positive or negative. Just taking note of whatever's going on right now. And perhaps you might notice some feelings or thoughts or tension that you're clinging to that you would like to let go of. And we can tune into that feeling of letting go by becoming aware of the exhalation of the breath. Your inhales are to receive. Exhales, as you let the breath go, you can energetically release anything else you're holding on to in the body. And keeping the belly soft. Exhaling all of the breath out. Feel yourself empty. And as you inhale with mental attention, follow the breath in through the nose, all the way down the throat, down to the base of the diaphragm. Feel everything expand and open up. And as you exhale, continue to follow that breath down and visualize it moving down the spine, all the way down to the pelvic floor and out. So the inhales, breath comes in. Follow the breath in through the lungs, all the way down to the base of the diaphragm. Feel yourself full and pause. Exhale, continue to follow the breath down the spine, down and out, through the pelvic floor and out of the body. Inhale, breath comes in. All the way down, follow it to the bottom of the lungs, to the base of the diaphragm. Exhale, breath moves down and out through the body, energetically down the spine, out through the pelvic floor. Feel yourself grounded down through the ankles and the pelvic floor. Feel the exhale ground you farther into your seat. And if you want, you can flip the palms up now. As you inhale, sweep the palms up towards you, stopping at about your nose level. Flip the palms down, elbows straight out beside you. As you exhale, press the palms down as the breath moves down the spine, down and out through the pelvic floor. Press and away. Flip the palms up, inhale. As you exhale, palms come down, pressing down and out, following the breath down and out through the pelvic floor, the ankles, the sits bones, grounding you down. So just continuing this way. With mental attention on the breath, visualize it moving down the spine, down and out. Maybe as you do, you can visualize any clutter in the mind kind of getting pulled down the spine with the breath. Anything that you want to let go of right now. Allow it to leave you through the exhalation. Let every exhalation melt off a little layer of debris. Every exhale, feel a deep drop down. Feel yourself plugged down and grounded. We'll just do a few more here. And on your last exhalation here, returning your hands to your knees, palms facing down. Coming back to the breath in its natural pace. And just letting your attention rest wherever it falls. And knowing that as the mind wanders through our practice today, as it will, you can keep returning your attention back to the exhalation. Every exhalation, feel a deep drop down. Feel yourself ground. And you can keep the eyes closed if you want them closed, or you can blink them open. We're just going to tent the fingertips on the ground beside you, sitting up tall, pressing firmly into the fingertips as you lift slightly through the crown of the head. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, walk the hands forward, gentle fold out in front of you. And then we'll inhale, walk the hands back in. Uncross the legs, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open. You might grab your bolster or pillow here. We're going to take the legs in a diamond shape, so feet are a little bit farther away from the pelvis. You can grab your pillow or your bolster and you can lay it in front of you, or you can bring the base of the bolster to your feet and your head can rest on it here. We won't be here for too long. If you want to lay the bolster out in front of you, you can fold down, bring the forearms and the palms down, either to the ground or palms down to the pillow. Let the head and the neck fold down as the spine rounds over your legs. Every exhalation, feel that deep drop down. Next inhale, we can slowly come on up. Just moving your prop off to the side. You can swing the legs out to one side. We're going to come forward towards a tabletop position just for a moment, but we're going to tuck the toes under, walk the hands back towards you, lift the knees, ground the feet down, find a forward fold. Take the feet about hips distance apart, maybe wider. Spread through the toes, ground down through all corners of the feet, big toe, pinky toe, heel of the foot, feel it ground you down. Can you find stillness here? You can soften into the knees, let the upper body melt down, head, neck, and shoulders soft. Every exhalation, melting off a layer of debris, feeling anything you're clinging to rolling off of the body onto the floor. How heavy can the head and the neck be here? From there, heel toe the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Let's bring the heels and toes out. You might want to grab your bolster or pillow here. If you don't have one, no worries. We're going to sink down into a malasana, and you can either rest the hips down onto your bolster or pillow, or you can just let the hips hang down in your malasana. Grounding down through the feet, bring the elbows to the insides of the knees and the thighs, hands to heart center, lifting up through the crown of the head as the sitting bones and the pelvic floor ground down. Still grounding down through the feet. Feel the pelvic floor dropping down towards the ground or resting on your prop. One more breath here. And then we can release, removing your prop if you had it, and just go ahead and take a seat. Swing the legs out in front of you. You may need to slide forward on your mat. We're going to come onto our back. So take your time, grabbing on behind the legs, just slowly lower down, grounding the feet onto the mat. Take the arms out to the sides. We're going to ground into the feet to shift the hips a little to the left. Go ahead and drop the knees over to the right. You might take your right hand to the outer left thigh. Turn your cheek and your face to the left, or keep your gaze up. Whatever feels better for you right now. Feel the breath soft. And as you are laying here completely supported by the ground, can you feel the exhales relax you and soften you even more? And when you're ready, you can unwind from your twist, grounding into the feet to slide the hips over to the right, and exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Keeping your gaze up or turning to face the right side, calm, steady, continuous breaths. As the mind inevitably wanders, just continuing to come back to that exhalation. Feel everything you're clinging to leaving the body with every breath out. One more breath here. And then slowly rolling, come on up, back to center. Extending the legs out in front, letting the feet fall open. Take the hands to the belly, palms facing down, or you can take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, palms facing down. Shift around to get comfortable here in your Shavasana. Allow yourself to completely surrender here, releasing any last bit of tension, any last bit of clinging. Feel it leave your body through your exhalations. Feeling completely supported here in this space that you have with no obligation, nowhere to be, nothing to do. And I'm going to leave you here for as long as you need or as long as you have time for. And I encourage you to stay as long as you can. And thank you once again so very much for joining me in practice. And we will see you again soon.